Okay, in 6.2, we're doing proportion word problems. And we have this initial proportion. It's object A over object B equals object A over object B. And how we read this is A is to B as A is to B. Reminder that a proportion means that it's an equality of two fractions, okay? Their cross products will be equal. I want you to write these bullet points down that I have denoted with a little diamond. In any kind of word problem, we are always given a first relationship, which will be your first fraction in the proportion. Okay? It's going to be the first, it's going to give you some kind of relationship. Okay? That'll be the first fraction. Then you are given one of the other object values, and then we'll need to solve for the missing. We're going to do plenty of examples. I just want to give you a visual of this. If I said I have 32 cards with 4 colors. I'm going to say with 4 colors. How many cards do I have? If I have 17 colors. So, it's this, again, do not write this one down. You're going to have plenty. This is what I just threw off the top of my head, and it's horrible. I already see, I'm like, this is not even relatable, but we'll roll with it. So, my first relationship, what I need you to be able to identify is usually within that first sentence. I have cards and colors. I always write that down. So I write to myself, okay, I have cards is to colors. That's what I know. Cards is to colors. And then I know that I have 32 cards is to 4 colors. That's my first relationship. There's 32 cards with 4 colors. My second relationship, how many cards do I have if I have 17 colors? Well, where does colors go, top or bottom? Bottom, right? So I put 17 here, put X here, and then I can say X is equal to 32 times 17 divided by 4. Number times number divided by that other number. Okay? Again, using my calculator, that is our friend this chapter. 32 times 7 divided by 4 is 136. So I have 136, so I need to ask myself, where is this 136 coming from? It's on the top, it's cards, so it's 136 cards. Okay? I want you to write down this example. Well, actually the whole steps. I want everybody to write the whole steps. That the first thing you do is look for the initial relationship. The second thing, we're going to create a proportion, and then write that example down. Okay, word problems with proportions. The first thing that we do is look for the initial relationship the problem gives us. That's going to be our first fraction. It'll go like this, like A is to B. That'll be our first fraction. Okay? The second thing we're going to do is create a proportion with the missing value. So it would be looking like this. You always have a proportion. What I'm grading you on this unit is not the correct answer. This will always be what I look at, that you know how to create a proportion. So I'm not looking for the right answer. This will give you the right answer, but I'm looking for the right proportion. I will not count any of your homework right if you don't have a proportion set up. So let's look here. And when I read this question, what you need to be thinking about is, what is our first relationship? Susie does 6 problems in 4 minutes. At that rate, how long will it take her to complete 30 problems? What's my relationship? Problems and minutes, right? So I have problems and I have minutes. Okay, problems to minutes. So Susie does 6 problems in 4 minutes, okay? At that rate, how long will it take her to complete 30 problems? Does problems go on top or bottom? Problems is on top. So do you see how effective it was for me to write problems is to minutes right away? Do you notice that? Because right away, if you would have thought, okay, 30 is going to go on bottom, you can verify that you'd have problems on the same side. So problems needs to go on top. So we have problem is to minute as problem is to minute. Now I solve. Okay, now I'm solving. And I say x is equal to 4 times 30 divided by 6. 120 divided by 6. That looks like x is 20. We're going to do another example in our notes. I want everyone to be doing this in their notes. If 4 CDs cost $54, how much will 3 CDs cost? So this is a lot easier to write down in your notes. 4 CDs is to $54. Then how much is 3 CDs? So what you should be asking yourself, my strategy, please, please, please adopt my strategy. It is really effective. I say my relationship is CD in money, right? So I have CD is to money, don't I? Yeah. All right, 4 CDs cost $54. Where's the 4 go? Top, right? So I always, and I make my little like skeleton. That's my 2 equal fractions. I'm calling that a skeleton. So I have 4 is to 54. Alex, you have a question?
Doesn't matter which is on top of which is on
No, because it'll always give you the same thing. Alex, did you go like this? Dollars is to CD?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fine. So then we have 3 CDs. Does 3 go on top or bottom of this first one? Top, right? 3 goes on top. Now I need to solve. Okay? So x is equal to 54 times 3, and then divide it by 4. How much is it?
$40.
40.50. Now look at, let's use Alex's strategy. He went dollars is to CD. It's not going to matter. You can do it anyway. So Alex has 54 is to 4 and then he says how much for 3 CDs? And Alex's proportion, is the 3 going to go on top or bottom? Bottom, because he's got CDs. And then we get x is equal to, again, look, it's the equivalent. 54 times 3 divided by 4. So notice that it does not matter as long as you keep the like items. Money will always be on top. CDs will always be on the bottom. Notice I kept CDs will always be on top here, and money will always be on the bottom. Okay, we'll extend this lesson tomorrow. I want everyone to put their stuff away, please.